Hi everyone! Welcome to Assignment Alignment Part 2. We will continue looking at the assignment alignment process by turning our attention to the assessments that accompany our assignments. We'll use the same process for aligning our assessments to the RSD framework that we used when we aligned our assignments. As you recall, in Part 1, we aligned 3 assignments with levels of autonomy in the RSD framework. Exhibit A, the Universal Systems Model, was a reading assignment providing multiple examples of systems. Exhibit B, the Chapter 8 Jeopardy assignment, captured terms from an educational psychology textbook that described the way humans process information. Exhibit C, the Information Processing Model, discussed information processing from both the human and machine perspective. The culminating activity for this group of assignments was this activity that asked learners to draw and reflect on information processing systems aligned between humans and computers. The specific terms to be aligned are listed on this slide. Learners are asked to think about systems, human and machine interactions, and an information processing model. The specifics on how to align these, what tools to use for the drawing, examples, or specific criteria for the drawing are purposefully missing. It's time for you to pull out your skeleton framework that we worked with when aligning our lesson to the RSD levels of autonomy. Use the skeleton framework to determine which facets and what levels of autonomy are being used in the assessment activity. Please take a few minutes to pause this video and try your hand at aligning the assessment with the RSD framework. See what you can come up with. Do you see any gaps in levels of autonomy between the assignment and the assessment? Neither the assignment or assessment had students evaluating and reflecting on the credibility of information. We'll ignore that facet for the time being. Terms and knowledge students need to know for embarking and clarifying are provided in the readings, as is the necessary information and data needed for the finding and generating facet of the RSD framework. The assignment is submitted according to instructor directions. Embark and clarify, finding and generating, and communication facets are prescribed by the instructor. The level of autonomy for the assessment aligns nicely with the original assignment in these cases. Assignment and assessment alignment does not occur for the organize and manage or analyze and synthesize facets of the RSD framework. In the assessment exercise, students are required to look for themes and patterns related to systems, information processing, human learning, and machine processes. Expertise blindness plays a role in creating an assignment that a novice learner finds complex. The expert can readily organize the systems, subsystems, machine processes, and human learning into different categories and configurations that meet the assignment criteria. There's little cognitive load on the expert, while the novice is left confused and struggling to see the patterns and connections. Learners are expected to process information at least 2 levels higher in the autonomy framework than where the instruction occurred. A 1 to 2 level rise in student autonomy occurs for both the analyze and synthesize and the organize and manage facets of the research. In short, instruction was provided at the prescribed level, assessment and final student performance was assessed and at the bounded and scaffolded level. Is it any wonder why we got this reaction from students? Instruction is provided at 1 level of autonomy. Assessment requires a different level of autonomy. Now it's time for you to practice. Pick an assessment to go along with the assignment you selected in the assignment alignment activity. Use the RSD framework to determine how much autonomy you are requiring students to use during the assessment portion of the assignment. Do the levels of student autonomy required for assignments match the levels of student autonomy expected in the assessment? Experience has shown that the RSD framework is a good tool to bring a misalignment between instruction and assessment to light. How do your assignments and assessments align? Is there room for improvement? I'll be interested in seeing what you come up with as you complete this activity.